Hello there, amazing viewers and subscribers. Now, I'm hoping there's no kind of mirroring in this video because I think I've sorted out, because I went to my factory settings and basically we sorted out the camera. So, for this video, I thought I'd talk about the artwork of Season 20. Now, I love these Doctor Who The Collection box sets. I mean, literally, as you can see, we've got all of them. Basically, you see a little bit of Season 2, which is basically this little beauty here. So we've got Season 2, Season 8, Season 9, Season 10, Season 12. We've got Season 14, Season 17, 18, 19, Season 22, Season 23, Season 24, and of course, Season 26. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I'm really looking forward to this season. I mean, it's the first time we are ever going to get the 5 Doctors on Blu-ray. I love the 5 Doctors. It has actually become my favourite Peter Davison story. It was in my second favourite for a very long time, but I've rewatched it recently, round about last week. And I was rewatching it, I'm like, yeah, you know what? This story's a little bit better than The Case of Androzani, and it has took over to be my favourite Peter Davison story. Even though it's a multi-Doctor story, I really think the multi-Doctor stories are quite good. I mean, I love the 3 Doctors. I love the 5 Doctors. The 5 Doctors is my favourite classic multi-Doctor story, where my favourite multi-Doctor story at the moment for Modern Who is definitely got to be The Day of the Doctor. It would have been Power of the Doctor, but Power of the Doctor focused more on 13. It's not really like a multi-Doctor story. The others just end up talking to her about trying to stop the Master from stealing the regeneration process. So here we are, talking about the artwork to Season 20. So I'm going to put the images up as well so you can see what I'm actually going to be talking about. So I'm going to be doing this through basically the main artwork and then the disc artwork and what I think of the book artwork, and of course the flap as well that keeps the booklet in, and of course the back artwork as well. So talking about the first kind of bit of the artwork, I love the whole purpley blue type background. It really does kind of scream 1980s to me. I think this will look really good next to Season 22. I mean, when Season 21 comes out, I'm really looking to see what Lee Biding's going to do for Season 21. The image for the 5th Doctor, I think that looks absolutely brilliant. It's so much better than his Season 19 one, because his Season 19 one, I mean, this is the start of it. I mean, compared this one to Season 20, I think Season 20 looks so much better, and I've got to be honest, I think it's becoming my favourite artwork for these collection sets. I've said that every single time one gets announced, but Lee always seems to basically outdo himself, where he brings out one thing and I'm there thinking, oh, it's a masterpiece, and then the next one it's like, oh, this one's good, and then now this one, Season 20, it's just like, it's absolutely brilliant, and I absolutely love it. I really love the kind of updated effects on the Time Lord triangles when the Doctors have been pulled out of time through the Time Lord scope by President Brusler. I really think they are them in the background. I think that looks absolutely brilliant. I love the whole Star Deal effect that we have from the main titles in this as well. Davison is actually holding the crystal to basically the crystal that basically was used in Snake Dance. It's been a while since I watched Snake Dance, so forgive me. I mean, I do have it on Target Book. Yeah, because I've only got 3 books from Season 20, which is basically Snake Dance, Mouldering Undead, and lately the 5 Doctors. So I do kind of need to build up the rest of Season 20 on Target Book. Talking about the villains are absolutely brilliant. I mean, literally we have got, so I'm going to quickly zoom in on my laptop where basically you can see what I'm talking about. I love the fact we kind of got Omega right in the kind of like middle piece. Now, I wish they kind of kept the 3 Doctors look to Omega, because I really do think the 3 Doctors look is basically Omega's surrogate main look. But Omega, I'm actually happy that it's actually on the box set, and compare this to basically Season 10, where Season 10 we kind of got Omega right in the main sector. It's like Omega is still in the main sector for Peter Davison. Right next to Omega, we kind of got the return of the Mara. Now, Season 19 really left out the Mara. I am a bit disappointed that the Mara never showed up on the Season 19 box set, but I'm glad he's on Season 20. I love the Mara. I really prefer Snake Dance to Kinder. I think Kinder is not as good as Snake Dance is. I really do prefer Snake Dance over Kinder, which is why I'm really looking forward to this season. I'm really looking forward to seeing the new CGI effects, what's going to be on for Snake Dance. Then, of course, we have Mouldering from Mouldering Undead. What can I tell you about Mouldering Undead? Well, It sees Return of the Brigadier. Technically, there are a few issues that it was supposed to be William Russell to return as Ian Chesterton, but with conflict scheduling, between filmings, they couldn't do it, so Nicholas Courtney was available. I will talk about that when I get to my review on Mouldering Undead, because I will be rewatching these stories when season 20 comes out on Blu-ray. I am got my review to do on the 5 Doctors, but I probably will wait to see what the 40th edition is going to be like before I get to my review to do an update review on the 5 Doctors. I do need to do an up-to-date one. Then right next to Mouldering, we have the return of the Master. So Anthony Ainley's Master has been on these collection set covers for seasons 18, 19, 22, and of course season 26. The Master's not really in season 23 to the last story, so he's not. I'm surprised Anthony Ainley is not on the artwork for season 23. So this is actually another good one, because we are nearly completing the Anthony Ainley seasons. I mean, so far in Classic Who, Anthony Ainley's Master appeared in 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 26. So technically we just need season 21, and then all of Anthony Ainley's stories are complete on Blu-ray as the Master, which was actually pretty much exciting, to be honest with you, because Anthony Ainley is my favourite Master, and I love rewatching season 16, I love rewatching season 19. Season 20, I love rewatching. Since that came out last year, I've actually rewatched the box set 4 times, and I'm currently rewatching it again. I'm literally on Adventures of Varos. I'm about to start Adventures of Varos again. I'm about to watch the extended version again. So I really love rewatching these stories, and I really love the whole new HD. And I love the fact Anthony Ainley's on the cover. Next to Anthony Ainley, we have the Cyber Leader. Again, now this is the one thing about the 80s. We only had like 4 main Simon stories. Well, stories with the Simon in it, which is Earthshock, the 5 Doctors, and of course Attack of Simon and Silver Nemesis. So now the 5 Doctors is coming out on Blu-ray, which means for the 80 Simon appearances, we actually just need season 25. And then the Simon stories from the 80s are complete, and of course the 70s, because they only appeared in 1 story in the 70s, which is Revenge of Simon, which is absolutely brilliant, and which is one of the reasons why I'm so happy about season 20. And of course we have the return of a Dalek after 5 years, because the Daleks basically last appeared in 1979, and then they returned in the 5 Doctors against the first Doctor, played by Richard Herndon. And then of course above the Dalek we kind of got, I can't remember the bloke's name, I can't remember the character's name, sorry, but I know he's from Terminus. It's been a while since we watched the Black Guardian trilogy. I do need to give that another rewatch. I really think this is the best picture for Peter Davison. I mean, I do kind of like the fact we actually got his main outfit a bit more. I like the fact we can see both of his hands, where we only see one of his hands in the season 19 where he's holding Adric's badge. So talking about the disc artwork now, so diving into the discs. Now, I'm going to be honest, I absolutely love this artwork. I kind of love the like reddish gold colour of the disc. So disc 1 is basically, as we all know it's going to be, is actually going to be Arc of Infinity. And I love the fact for Arc of Infinity we've got Omega and the 5th Doctor, which is absolutely brilliant. Disc 2, it is Snake Dance, and I love the fact we've got Tegan and the Mara. I really think that's a good one. That's the one thing I feel like season 19 didn't really have anything to celebrate the Mara, so I'm glad season 20 does. The next disc, disc 3, is Mouldering Undead. I do see Mouldering. I don't know who he's on the disc with, so I'm quite looking forward to basically getting the set and opening it. And then, of course, Enlightenment is basically Tegan, and I think it might be the main character from that story, played by Aunt Mabel. From way back when I was growing up, I used to watch Come Outside on CBBC, and I remember watching that, and I know she was in there, and she was in actually that story. Hang on a minute, looking back at Mouldering Undead, I think it's Tarlo or the Black Guardian. I can see a little bit of black around the edge where Mouldering is, so it might be the Black Guardian, or I'm hoping it's Tarlo. Let Tarlo have a disc. And then of course disc 4, we've got Terminus with Nyssa, which is basically does make sense because Terminus is Nyssa's last story and the last time she actually meets the Doctor. Then of course we have Chameleon on another disc. I would actually be happy if they include the Master with that one, with Chameleon. And then we've got 3 discs to the 5 Doctors. So we got disc 7, which has got Peter Davison. I would be happy if that had Richard Herndon or Jon Pertwee. We got the Cybermen. I believe it looks like it's been attacked by the Ruston robot. So I really think that might have Pertwee. And then, of course, disc the third disc, which is aka Disc 9. It's got the TARDIS and the Tower of Rassilon from the Five Doctors, so that's pretty cool. Talking about the booklet design, I love the fact we got the main, like, the 4 companions to this season, which is Chameleon, we've got Tegan. I love the fact they kind of got that image again of the Mara basically coming out of Tegan's arm, and it does do that in some scenes. The Fifth Doctor looks like it's holding the Time Lord recall device that the Master had in the Death Zone, and the Doctor took it off him. Nyssa is actually wearing her costume from Terminus, and Tarlo, I believe, is actually from Enlightenment, and he's holding the little crystal that basically calls the Black Guardian. And then talking about the booklet flap, I love the fact it's resembling the Five Doctors. I think that's the best story to go for this. I love the fact we've got Peter Davison and John Pertwee, and you've got the titles at the back of them. I love the fact next to John Pertwee we have got Patrick Troughton. Next to Troughton we've got the whether I can't remember what the thing's called, but they've got like the words around them saying this is the Tomb of Rassilon. And of course at the side of Peter Davison we have Richard Herndon, who plays, of course, the First Doctor after William Hartnell passed away in 1975. And then, of course, the main bit about the disc, after the disc artwork, we've kind of got an image of the Fifth Doctor. And then back artwork. Now, the back of the artwork, I'm going to have to say, this has got to be my favourite. Absolutely my favourite. Now, the one thing about all the villains, in the front of the box set, we didn't really have the Black Guardian, but I'm glad that Lee Binding has actually included him on the back. I mean, I love the whole Space Nebula thing. I love the fact we've kind of got the Black Guardian just looking like terrifying, terrible. I love the fact we've got the Stardill effects in his eyes. I have to be honest, I really think that looks pretty decent and cool. I love the whole star effects as well. And then right where you got the Black Guardian's hands, you've got the boats from Enlightenment, and of course you've got the TARDIS. And that's basically the black artwork. I mean, this has got to be one of my favourite artworks by Lee Binding the fact that we are getting season 20 in the 60th anniversary year of Doctor Who, and not just that, it is actually the 40th anniversary to season 20, and it's the 40th anniversary to the Five Doctors, which is one thing I'm really looking forward to this set. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of the artwork from season 20? Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and share, and join for more awesome Doctor Who content.